Good day, Tragic here, and welcome to what was this? Mansion of Madness 2nd edition, and we're in Tabletop Simulator. Now, there's a couple of problems with the last turn. Namely, I saved over by accident my save game file when I was clicking around playing something else. So I had to recreate the board off my turn 6 save, and I think everything's set up right, but if there is an error, there's an error. So basically I just copied the setup from the last video. Now there is a couple of errors that we have to go through, as always. For starters, what's her name? Agatha is actually wounded, which means she cannot perform more than one move action, which means that she is all the way back here, 1, 2. Now she was here and she moved through this area. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to give her a third action to just talk to Zubulin before she leaves. So last turn she used one action to go bam and bam, and while she was in that space she talks to Zubin. Also, of course, she did a horror check, and every time she does a horror check she gains a clue. So I'm just going to give her another clue. And I'm pretty sure that's all the problems we... Oh no, there was another problem. Vincent is actually down here, and Kate is up here. I moved the wrong pawns. Okay, so let's get into this. We're just going to jump straight in. We're very near the end of the game. We're taking a bit long. We're going to start getting hugely punished. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to start with Kate's turn, and she's going to use the flux stabilizer to push the Mygal back into the fire. Now this doesn't actually hurt the Mygal, but it will hurt the Mygal during its next movement. And then she's going to use, as an action, she's got one fewer dice during an agility test. Now she does have the carbine rifle. Now the carbine rifle is a firearm, and my experience is that firearms use agility. So I think what she's going to do is she's actually going to use, she's got law and she's got will. So I think she's actually going to use shriveling to attack, even though she's got this high damage rifle, because I just don't think she's going to be able to... What's this guy's agility 2? See, the person with the best agility here is a lowly 3. So she's got 2 moves. So I think for her first move she... Oh wait, there's one extra fire that I haven't put down. Pretty sure there's supposed to be a fire there. I'll just check that. Yeah, definitely supposed to be a fire in that location. So, right, forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, so I think we're going to use the shriveling spell on the Mygal instead of the carbine rifle. We've also got the dagger, which gives her an extra die to roll. Okay, so let's do that. So let's just jump straight in. Oops, it helps if I actually continue the game. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange eons even death may die. There's the famous quote. Okay, so bam, the monster, the attack, with a spell. You focus on the creature and find yourself mumbling unfamiliar words. Even as you speak, you try and decipher their meaning. Do a Law 1 test. Well, that should be pretty easy. Her Law is 4. She has an extra die while casting a spell. So she actually has 5 die. Now, helps if I actually copy the die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, a lot of people told me they preferred the rolling like this, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so she's got 3 successes. That's nice, and she's even got 2. She can even pump this to be 5 successes if the thing needs it. If you pass, you come to know the words just as their power is unleashed. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage. If you fail your speed... Okay, so basically, there's no reason to spend the clues because we only needed one success. But that is 1, 2, 3 damage. And now, all I need to do is flipperooski this spell. As you lower your hand, you see a putrid sore on your palm. Suffer 1 face down damage. Okay, so that's pretty easy. 1 extra damage. Okay, and which one's shriveling? I think it's this one. Should probably name all these. Just give that another shuffle. Take 1. Now, technically, in the game rules, you're supposed to shuffle it back into the deck and then draw, but I like to draw before I shuffle the old one back in, and that way I always get a fresh shriveling spell or a fresh spell rather than always getting the same thing. This can be bad and good because sometimes there's some really good spells that are beneficial and others hurt you a lot, but I just think I prefer it that way. I think she's just going to do it again. She's got nothing else to do, really. Actually, I think she's going to go 1, 2 for her second action. Meanwhile, we'll do Harvey. Harvey is going to... Oh, she's got tons of clues. 1, 2, 3. This is spent. Okay, I think what we'll do Agatha's turn. She's going to go 1, 2 for her movement, and that is like all she can do basically. There's nothing else she can do. So she's doing 1, 2 for a move. Oh, I know what she's going to do. Okay, so what we're going to do with Agatha is... What was her agility again? Her agility is 3. When she... Last turn, she didn't use one of her actions. So she was here, and she went 1, 2, 3, 4, which she can't do, because she can only move 2 spaces a turn because of her wound. So what I'm going to do is... I was going to activate Wheatley twice, but I think what I'll do is she'll have one more go at whatever this question mark is, and then she goes 1, 2. No, she's definitely going to talk to Wheatley. We'll talk to Wheatley. Okay. So we'll just quickly do that. Yep. Let's quickly do that. Zublin stoops low to throw a pebble into the water. This chill night is no good for my bones. An old man like me should be home in bed, not tossed onto a cold slab and then forced to run the hills like a child after fairies. Why is that slab here? Old Wheatley needed a place to perform his biggest experiment. I bet being close to Sentinel Hill was important. There have always been stories about that cursed hill. Gain 1 clue. Okay, so that just gives her another clue. But even so, that doesn't really help us with the problem, which is she can only move twice from here. This is her turn, this turn. So she goes 1, 2, and there's nothing she can do. She's got no special powers, nothing. So that's the end of her turn. And unfortunately, she can't do Jackarunski. So, bummer. Okay, fine. Now we have Harvey. Harvey's going to go 1, 2, 3. Actually, Goldberg's got a zillion clues. I'm not going to bother. So he's going to go 1, 2, and then activate this question mark here. Yes. Yonk. The white... I think we've done one of these before and failed. I can't remember what actual test it was. The wide-eyed whippoorwills grow silent as you approach the violent glow beneath the ancient oak tree. Search. The birds burst into flight as you approach, whirling around you in confusion of beaks and feathers. You struggle to press on through their assault. Roll agility, 2 extra dice if you've taken no damage. He has taken no damage, so he gets 2 extra dice, and he has an agility of 2. It gives him 4 dice. It's pretty cool. Okay. Boom. Oh, my phone is calling me. Right, so sorry about that. I know that my phone's very loud, but I'm often listening to music while I work, so I have to have it turned up. Now, basically, I'm pretty sure we rolled this before and we failed on our 2 results, so we're going to spend one of his clues. He's only got 1, and that's a big deal because the Mythos events are getting very nasty, and we're going to change that to 3 successes. 1, 2, 3. Yabam. You duck beneath the screaming birds and reach the trunk of the tree. Hung on a low branch is a flashing pendant, glowing with violet energy. You lift the necklace to see a familiar key symbol etched in its back. The glow fades. Gain the cult sigil item, then discard this search token. Zubulon seems drawn by the flock of whippoorwills, but when he is near enough, you see that he is throwing stones at the birds to drive them away. Move Zubulon Wheatley as indicated. I've always hated these vermin. They steal a man's last breath if they could catch hold of it. We should be close to the end of this nightmare, and you'll have done well up till now. No losing hope. This guy's going to betray us somehow, I'm sure of it. Okay, so we move this guy up, and let's just get rid of that sucker. And we also need... I can't actually remember what card it is, but I do remember the graphic. It was this one. It's just an evidence. A cult sigil. Pretty sure it was the cult sigil, right? Boo 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 boo. The cult sigil, yeah. Okay, so I feel like that was a little bit of a waste. So that was 1, 2, 3. That's both his actions. And now it is Gloria's turn. 1, 2. Gloria is going to pick up the revolver and the flare gun. And then she is going to attack the Mygal. Yabam, yabam. Attack with firearm. You fire relentlessly, spraying the room with lead. Do an agility 2 test. Okay, so she's restrained at the moment. Her agility is 3. So we need 2 successes of 3. So with any luck, this will work. Yabam, come on. Wow. What a shocking, shocking roll. Look at that. So that's that. Can't even focus it. She's got 1 more turn. I think she's going to go 1, 2. Okay, so now we have Vince. So Vince is going to go 1, 2 and activate this one here. Okay. Yeah, bam. Can't believe we didn't kill this monster. If you fail, your unfocused attacks have little effect. God, we needed 2 successes and we would have killed him. I can't believe that. That is horrifically bad roll. The altar is a solid slab of white river stone, but the center has been worn into a bowl. Around the edges are glowing purple runes that seem to swirl and move before your eyes. An investigator can tap to attempt the puzzle using only lore, only if they have at least 2 evidence. Oh dear, has he got any evidence? He has no evidence, so he can't actually do that. Okay, so technically, we didn't actually use that action. So I'm going to say that he activated this one on his way. So let's do this one. There's a perfect dark line on the top of Sentinel Hill to its base where no grass has grown. Now, this is a kind of a weird rule. Basically, in the game rules, you can click on any question mark at any time. Like I can just click over here and read this without clicking on the search button. You can only click on search if you're in the zone. The idea here is that all this information's in the log anyway, so there's no reason to be in the zone. But I find it thematically like a thematic disconnect to say that I can click on this and go, well, I need evidence to use that. Because I would never have moved in there if I knew, but I didn't click on it because I wasn't in there. So the question is, I think it doesn't sit well with me to activate this one. Because we did move past it into there, then we looked at that and found out what it was. So that's what I'm going to do. But he has an ability that he can use. So he's insane. This guy is no longer dazed. Which one's dazed? This one up the top. She is no longer restrained. Yeah, so I think he's going to use his second ability. We can discard a face down damage. And I think we're going to take 1 damage off Kate. So you or another investigator within range flip 1 damage face down or discard 1 face down damage. She can actually... I think she'll just... Yeah, we're going to flip this face down. Okay. So that's our turn. And now we know we need to consolidate our evidence. So if we look here over here, we've got... Harvey has 1 piece of evidence. That's a key, that's not evidence. And we have 2 pieces of evidence on Agatha, who's in the middle of nowhere and takes 1 billion times. So next, she'll have to go first next turn and go 1, 2, and then trade with Harvey. And then we've got to get the evidence all the way down to Vincent so we can actually access this puzzle. Okay, so, well, that's that. Let's go to the Mythos phase. Now, okay, the fire spread's out of control. I'm going to place the fire here. Right. The fire spread's out of control, you bam. This mythical event affects the investigator in an outdoor space with the most health. Okay, so we have 7 health here, 6 health. Yeah, so this guy has the most health. It's Vincent. The air fills with crackling needles of static crawling over your skin. The building charge breaks all at once, sending several lightning bolts crashing down to earth around you. Suffer 3 damage. Agility 1 negates. Okay, so his agility is a lowly 2, so he has 3 dice. Let's see if we can do better this time. Come on! Oh, beautiful. So that's 2 negates. Excellent. So it's 3 damage face up. Let's shuffle this. Yonk. Grievous injury. The pain clouds your vision and sends you staggering. Resolve immediately. Suffer 1 additional face down damage. Then flip this card. Okay, so that could have been a lot worse. And it's face down. So, not too bad. A crackle of laughter rises above the din of thunder and failing trees. Finally, the experiment will be complete. Oh my god, we completely failed. The Mygar moves 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the investigator within range with the most items. Okay, so at the moment we're basically... Okay, so he's going to move here. He's in range of Gloria. 1, 2, 3, range of Vincent. 1, 2, 3, range of Kate, and 1, 2, range of Harvey, and 1, 2, 3, out of range of Agatha. But he activated and he moved into fire, so he gains another 2 wounds. 1, 2, and that almost kills him. The monster attacks with the investigator with the most items. And I believe... Here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it's a cross between these 2 people. She's got the most clues, so I think we're going to give her the attack. The monster attacks. The creature makes an irate buzzing sound, then lifts a device like a wart-covered silver ball in one claw. Your possessions grow warmer and warmer, soon glowing with heat. Suffer 2 face-down damage and 1 horror. Will negates. Okay, she has a will of 4. Come on. Oh, God, another horrendous roll. She's going to spend 1 clue to get 2. Because she's got so many clues. Now this negates 2 face down damage and 1 horror. So she's going to negate the horror and take 1 face down damage. I think that's the play here. That's an observation, right. If you suffer 1 or more damage, your possessions are too hot to touch. Drop 2 random items. Okay, so she is going to actually not take the damage. She's going to take a face-up horror. Flashback, resolve immediately. Flip 1 other horror face up, then discard this card. Okay. One of these is a minor shock. Claustrophobia. It's too close in here, too tight. You cannot breathe. You must get to open air. Whenever you end your turn within range of 2 or fewer spaces, suffer 1 face down horror. Okay, so that's actually a completely benign... That's usually really bad, but this gets discarded, then discard this horror. Basically, that one's usually really bad, but we're outside. This whole quest basically is out in the open, so claustrophobia isn't that much of an issue. Okay, but because we negated all the horror, we don't have to drop any items. Now, normally I do a different horror check for each one, but this time I'm in a rush because I'm about to be picked up to go to a Christmas breakfast with my family. So let's quickly just do horror check, but we're only going to do 1 for everyone. A piercing... This is actually the real rules, by the way. You're supposed to only... Each monster produces 1 check. Everyone reacts to it. A piercing bazorp echoes from the creature. Become dazed. Skittering to face you, it seems that through its chittering, buzzing drone, the creature is attempting to speak to you. Do an observation 2 test. Okay, so we have an observation of 5, but she... wait. Whenever you end your turn in the space with another investigator, take one item at random from them. So we need to just quickly... Okay, so this is one of these annoying items that's got a back. So what we're going to do, we're just going to roll a dice for that. Basically, we'll say... I think there's... 1, 2... I don't know what the... I think it's... I'm not quite sure how many things are on there. Oh god, we'll just have to... We'll just have to shuffle them. Okay, I'm going to keep my eyes shut for this shuffle. My eyes are shut, and then I'll just grab the first card. Okay. So she takes the rope. She steals the rope. Little klepto. Okay, whatever. So she has a observation of 5, and nothing affects it as far as I know. So we need 5 dice. Bam! She gets 1, 2 successes. And that's a pass. If you pass, you realize that it is in fact speaking into a small silver box. Okay, so that's it. No, nothing else happens. Okay, so her observation is 4, so she gets 4 dice. Come on. So he's going to spend 1 clue, turn this into a success, and he also passes. His observation is 4. Because we've got the nerd squad here, we've got pretty good observation all around. Okay, that's a double fail. He's got no clues. If you fail, there is something profound and worrisome about the creature's unceasing regard. Suffer 1 horror. Okay. Bam. You horrific arcana. You whimper as your mind rejects the impossible. Resolve immediately. Suffer 1 additional face-down horror for each spell you have, and then flip this card face down. Okay, he has no spells, so that's the end of that. Nice. Okay, so her observation is also 4. Well, she gets 3 successes, so that's her good. And her observation is also 4. Oh, wait. Actually, she gets 1 fewer die, so this is a legal roll. I have to roll that again. Okay, so she's going to spend 1 clue to turn that into a success. And her observation is actually 4, so... Okay, so she also gets 2 successes, so that was a very good Mythos. And that's that. Bam! We did pretty well then. End the phase. Boom! Sorry I sort of rushed through that turn at the end there, but I really needed to get a move on because, like I said, I'm out of here. Okay, well, I mean, we got to kill. We don't have to worry about the Mygal next turn because the Mygal's going to die just by moving, because it's only got 1 point of damage left and it's on a fire space, so no matter what happens it's going to die. We can actually push it back 1 space as well. So we need to get all the evidence down to Vincent down here, and most of the evidence is actually with Agatha. So Agatha's going to move in here, give the evidence to Harvey, and we're going to chain move. Like, we'll have to figure out some way to try and do as big a trade as possible. We currently have the evidence. So he's got 1 evidence and she's got 2 evidence. I think that's all the evidence we've collected. This is probably an evidence here actually as well. Same with that, but that's in the middle of the fire. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I will see you guys next time.